Have you ever wondered why so many campaigns begin in a tavern? I think I even made a video a couple years ago talking about different places to start campaigns other than in a tavern. However, today we're going to tell you why you should start your campaign in a tavern. There are many excellent reasons for doing so, and the first one is that it is a natural gathering place for people. Especially in a time period like the medieval time period where we place a lot of our games. There wasn't very many places to gather in general. You had your home where you usually worked from as well, and then the only place to gather really was the tavern. So everybody went there for food and drink and just relaxation and social time. It wouldn't be uncommon for laborers and farmers and guards and even some minor aristocrats and nobles might be found in a tavern. If you're traveling long distances, then these taverns would be where you would stop to stay the night, or if you're sheltering from a storm. Imagine one of your characters' background is as a farmer and another one is a city guard. They may be in the tavern, meeting up with the player who's a guide or a merchant caravan guard that is sheltering from a storm. And this could be how all the players meet. This really simplifies things for the dungeon master in trying to find a way to get the entire party together at the beginning of a campaign. Instead of having to have some sort of convoluted situation, all you have to do is figure out why each player is in the tavern to begin with. The second reason is for the built-in opportunities for role-playing. You have the bartender and the barmaids, all the patrons of the tavern that we discussed earlier, traveling merchants, and even shady figures hiding in the shadows. All of these can provide potential role-playing, plot hooks, and other social activities that the players may want to perform. It's a relatively safe place for players to test out their characters' personalities. If someone is playing a gruff character that doesn't interact well with others, then inside a tavern where everyone is relatively merry to begin with is a good place to test that out. If people react poorly to it, then no harm was really done, and the player can move on. Some of these plot hooks could be a bar fight that breaks out and the party needs to find out why the bar fight happened in the first place. Maybe a shadowy figure drops some cryptic information on the party and they want to find out more about it. Or perhaps a bard tells a captivating story about something happening nearby, and the players want to go and investigate. This leads into the third benefit, the natural plot hooks themselves. We talked about all the reasons that people would possibly be in a tavern, and this makes it a natural hub for rumors and stories. You don't have to have a convoluted way for patrons to meet the party. The merchant walks in and says, "Oh, look, hey, there's some adventurers. They're wearing armor and have weapons, and I think that they would be excellent guards for my caravan." Or the barkeep is worried about a band of rogues that have been harassing people in town. Maybe a farmer sees the party and says, "Hey, I've lost a bunch of livestock in the last month. Could you guys try to figure out why that's happening?" The fourth benefit is that you can really set the tone and atmosphere for the adventure. The different types of patrons within the tavern can really hint at the kinds of things that might happen in the campaign. A lot of nobles sitting on different sides of the room, whispering and giving dirty looks back and forth, might hint at a political campaign where there's a lot of adventures built around spying on the other side of the room. Perhaps there's a bunch of wanted posters in there because there are a lot of bandits in the area that are causing problems. Is everybody relatively happy in the tavern, or are they all despondent and sad and just beaten down by life itself? Maybe the world is very grim and the patrons are having a tough time, or maybe currently things are very abundant and happy, and that's about to change with the campaign. The fifth benefit is that a tavern is a very familiar and accessible setting for new players. A new player that is not familiar with Dungeons and Dragons understands the concept of a tavern somewhere in town. They've seen it in movies and read about it in books, and it's a pretty easy concept to understand. Right off the bat, they're in a comfortable situation where they have an opportunity to stretch their legs a little bit and see exactly how the game works. There can be very simple interactions with the NPCs, like ordering drinks or asking the bard to play a certain song, or maybe just flirting with the barmaid. All of these are things that the new players will understand and can kind of spread their wings a little bit and get into the role-playing. But if this tavern is more than just the starting location, but also the hub for the adventure itself, then you're going to want it to be more than just your standard empty room with some tables and a fireplace. I would encourage dungeon masters to add a little unique flair to it, to make it memorable, and to make it a place that the characters can think of as their own. Maybe the barkeep is quirky or has some sort of strange speech patterns that really stick in the mind of the players. Perhaps it's got some strange food or drink that is only found here at this location. When they're traveling abroad, they may mention the tavern and someone could say, "Oh yeah, they've got that dragon roasted boar meat." Or maybe there's even hidden things within there, like a secret basement that only the bartender knows about, but may leak the information to the players, or perhaps they notice him going down into it. Why is there a secret basement? What's down there that the bartender doesn't want anyone to know about? This also gives you an opportunity for a little bit of filler within the adventure. Not everything is about hacking and slashing through a dungeon. Well, not all the time anyway. Consider putting little mini games in there, perhaps a dice game, a drinking game, or a card game for the players to do. And you can design these mini games in any way that you want. Maybe it's just a roll of the dice or a skill check, or maybe you come up with something a little more elaborate than that. Let me know in the comments below what you think about starting in a tavern. Where's your favorite place to start? And maybe even tell me a story of something exciting that happened in a tavern in one of your games. Or perhaps, if you're the dangerous type, what's happened in a tavern that you've seen in the real world, and how would you put that into your game?
Hey y'all, it's me, Cletus McGillicuddy. You may have noticed behind the Dungeon Master that there was a strange tavern there. If you're ever in Lawrence in northeast Kansas, stop on by Local. It's our favorite little watering hole. Tell 'em Hack the Dungeon sent you and you'll get 0% off. But free popcorn.
Subscribe so that you can see more content like this, and like the video, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified next time that we are hacking the dungeon.